Hello everyone, this is Deb Joyce Meek with Delight of My Art, and we are doing mystery stamping today. Today I'm live in Facebook and in YouTube at the same time, so I can't wait to get started with you. We have a really fun project today. It is a card that will fit in a regular envelope. However, it uses a lot of DSP and a lot of cardstock, so it's a really fun one. I can't wait to get started. Let's go ahead and wait for people to come in, and welcome to the show. All right, so we have another mystery stamping again today, like I said, and we have an exciting time in Stampin' Up! As well. We have a new catalog that is starting up in the beginning of May here. I think it's May 2nd. So if you have not requested your catalog yet, I'd be happy to send you a copy. Here's what it looks like. Oops. We got some new daisies on here. And you got to check out these dies on the back. I'm not allowed to show you the inside yet, but look at these. There's a set of dies that makes 3D flowers like this. I think all of these that I could tell were made from two sets of dies, the daisies and this 3D kind of set. I'm not sure what it was called, but it's really cool. I mean, look at that. So kind of exciting. The link to request and reserve your copy is in the description here, and I'll also send you a new in color bookmark showcasing all of our new in colors with the ink and the cardstock, so you can see that in person. So if you have ordered from me within the last year, you'll get your copy for free. And if you have not ordered from me within the last year, you'll still get it for free. You just have to pay $10 up front, and I'll reimburse you $10 off your first order, whatever the amount is, after you place your first order. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Oops. Here we go. So we have a colored card base that's pretty big, 8 1/8 by 8 1/4. So let's see, the ones that I pulled out here, get all my pieces. I'm using Petal Pink. This is not a retiring color, but it does match the paper that I chose, which is this really cute pattern from the Petals. Let's see, Petal Regency Park. It goes with the Petal Park stuff. So we need the colored card base here at 8 1/8 and 8 1/4, and we'll do some scoring together. And we also need the same color as the base, a 9 3/8 by 2 3/8. And we need 2 1/4 by 4. You need 3 of those. So I have all of those cut already. We also need some neutral pieces, 2 inches by 3 3/4. So I have 3 of those. And we need some non-directional designer series paper. And 2 of those are a little bit shorter. So all of them are 2 1/4 inches wide, and 3 of them will be 4 inches long, and 2 of them will be 3 7/8. If this is too many, you can actually just get away with just one of these longer ones, and I'll show you how to do that. But we'll be using one of these with these 2, and then the other 2 are optional. So I was using 6x6 paper. I did actually have to cut up 3 different sheets of the 6x6, so I can understand if you kind of wanted to narrow that down a little bit. Let's see. So I've got, when you're stacking these, make sure you know which ones are your shorter pieces. I think I lost the short piece. There it is, right there. So there's my shorter pieces. And then we'll need a focal image or a tag to go on there. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. And let's go back to this card base and do some scoring. Now it looks almost square, right? But it's not quite. So you'll have to make sure when you put it in your trimmer which way it goes. So let's find the short side, which is the 8 1/8. That's this side. And then this side is 8 1/4. With it on the 8 1/8 side, score at, actually, I'm going to use my scoreboard because I think this will be even nicer. And FYI, if you don't have this yet, get it now because the price will be going up on May 2nd. So this is my scoreboard, and I've drawn a marker line down the middle at 6 inches. And this will actually help us with today's project as well. So down here at the bottom, it comes with a little clip so you can hold your little stylus in there, and this is real handy. All right, so again, we have it at the 8 1/8. There actually isn't 1/8 inch marks on here, but that's okay because we don't need to score anything within 1/8 of an inch. All right, so I'm going to take my stylus. I'm going to use the little end, and with it on the 8 1/8 side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Make sure you hold your paper still as you go down this little track. So 1/2 inch, 2 7/8. I guess there is an 1/8, isn't there? Never mind, there's no 16ths, but there is 1/8. 2 7/8 is this little mark right before the 3. So you just follow the line down from here and then go down. 7 5/8. That's right here. So that's 1/2 inch from this other end. I think I skipped one. 5 1/4. Sorry. I'll say all of those again. So we got 1/2 inch. We've got 2 7/8, 5 1/4, and 7 5/8. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to score at 4 1/8. Gotta make sure I can see comments. Hello, now that I can see comments, sorry. Hello, Tony and Bonnie and Julie and Gigi. Thank you for tuning in. All right, well, I said score at 4 1/8 right here. This is right down the middle, by the way, because now we're on the 8 1/4 side. Okay, so we're going to turn that back around, and now we're going to, you can see all of these. We've got 3 little rectangles here, and we've got littler tabs on the side. We made the dents on this side, right? So we're going to turn this over, and we're going to score from this corner right here. There's the score line right there, through this center rectangle down to the right bottom of the middle one. So hopefully that makes sense here. We've got right here, we're making a line this way, and then we're going to make another one from this score line down through the middle of this one. So this is why this line comes in handy, and because I'm using my scoring tool here, it's nice and big enough to do all of these lines. Okay, so I'm just going to line up my score line here on the tab with that marker line that I have. You can do this with your trimmer too. So then I have the 5 1/4 score line here, and I'm going to put that in my line as well. So I'll go ahead and make this mark and just put my tool in the track here where the black mark is, and then just score it, and it should go right across that cross from that center line there. And then we're just going to scoot it over a little bit, and you'll actually have to pick this part up and have it be on top of your little edge here, but that's okay. We're going to go with this little score line there all the way to, let's see if you can see this. So we have this little tab here. We want to go all the way to this little part right here. So just the same parallel with this one. Start with this second score line here all the way to the end score line here. So as long as they're lined up in the track and you hold your paper down with firmness, that should go well. And there we go. So now we have 2 diagonal score lines here. Oh, Vesta, you're watching it on YouTube as it didn't come up on Facebook till later? Oh, interesting. All right, so now we have this. We just made those diagonal score lines. I'm going to move this out of the way. And we'll get our trimmer back because do we need our trimmer? Maybe we don't. I think we just need scissors and a bone folder. All right, so we just made those diagonal score lines. We're going to turn this back over and we're going to remove this tab and this tab. So top left and bottom right after we flip it back over to where we scored our perpendicular cuts. So the point is, remove the tab next to the rectangles that do not have a diagonal score line through them. So this one is completely clean. I'm going to remove the tab next to it. Same with this one. And the reason we just flip the paper over is because you're supposed to on the side that you score, that's the side that would be the mountain fold. If you folded it, you would fold it down. I'm just going to notch and tab this little, because this will be a little tab over here. So that's over there. So we removed this piece down here. Now we have to do this one. You can just do that by flipping the whole thing around. And it's exactly the same on this side. We're just going to remove this piece again. It's just easier to hold over here because I'm right-handed. I'm curious to see how many of you have made this before. It was new to me, and it was kind of a wow for me. So I'm excited to show it to you. All right, so we can go ahead and fold on those score lines. Again, the ones that have the dent in are the ones that would go, you fold it down. So we'll go ahead and grab our bone folder and burnish on all of these score lines. I hope you guys are having a good day. It's a beautiful day here in mid-Michigan. It's probably 78 today, which is pretty crazy for us in April here. All right, so now that we've done all of this, we're going to go the opposite way. So you fold up on those diagonal folds. I bet all of you are going, what in the world? So there is our crazy contraption here. All right, so let's go ahead and get our trimmer back in. Let's put this to the side for just a second. Vessi, it's hot for you today. 88, yeah, yesterday. 84 today. That is pretty hot. Where are you again? All right, let's put this to the side. And we will go ahead and get our trimmer back out. We're going to take our pieces of DSP out. So again, you have 3 that are 4 inches tall and 2 that are 3 7/8 tall, just a little bit shorter. So I'm going to stack mine together. You can cut yours separately, but we're going to cut on a diagonal from this upper right corner down to the left corner. And that way this will be able to fit on all of those triangles that we just scored over here. So I'm going to hold that real firm. And again, when you have corners in your trimmer, then you don't want to run your cutting blade into the corners because you might dent the corners. Start with the blade in the middle of the paper, and then you can go out and back again. Especially cutting 2 pieces of paper, you probably want to go back and forth a couple of times anyway. So that's a little bit safer. All right, so we're going to put those to the side here, and that's all we need for the trimmer. I'll put that to the side, and we'll bring in our card base again. So one of these will go in this upper left side. And I want to say, I think these go like this, but I don't remember. Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to take a peek at my other one here. Yes, that is correct. Okay, good. So this is how this would go. So this is why you need non-directional paper, because these are the upside downs of this piece right here. And this is going to go all sorts of cattywampus. So this is how you glue this on. So we did the cut on the shorter ones, Tony. And Vesta's from Colorado. Yes, it can be nice and warm there. Although not in the mountains, right? All right, so we'll go ahead and glue our rectangle on now. If you were only wanting to cut one of these longer ones, don't put it on this corner. We're going to put it somewhere else. So if you wanted to save paper, but this is a great way to use up a bunch of paper. I know all of you are paper hoarders. Come on, go ahead and use your pretty paper. This one's a showcasey one, so you'll want to use your paper. And this is a retiring paper, so such pretty. Just you cut up and use your paper, right? How old do you think your oldest pack of paper is in your craft room right now? That you've been hoarding and afraid to cut into? I know mine's at least 5 years old, probably 6. Okay, we got these right here. Okay. Now, I do want you to get out your tear and tape because that will be better for these corners. It'll be a little bit easier to put this together, and you won't have to hold it as long. You can use liquid glue, though. Oh, Vesta, you only have a year old paper? Wow, you're pretty good at using it then, or are you a new paper crafter? We're going to put this tear and tape on the tabs a little bit closer to the fold than the outside. So on both of those tabs on the side that's folding down here. That's pretty good, Vesta. If you just use all your paper, I'm impressed. I'm sure the majority of us have lots of paper. Okay, so now we're going to fold it in half in the middle here. And these little tabs will fold in after we take the backing off, and then you'll stick it down like this. So you'll have a big pocket right here, like this. So kind of get it how, fold it into place before you take the backing off so you kind of see where it goes. Well, you're new to using Stampin' Up! Well, welcome. I'm sure you're enjoying all of our high quality products. I really love the color coordination with Stampin' Up! All right, so there's one backing piece. Should have my take your pick tool out here to grab this backing. It's a little bit easier. I don't know where I put it. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put my finger on the sticky part just so I can pinch where it's folding. I'm going to put that together first so there's no gaps, and then just kind of push it. Okay, now comes the fun part. We have all these diagonal folds in here. I'm excited. So this just kind of folds. Let's see, how does this go? There's a way to fold this. So this one goes over like this, and the next one goes over like that. Ah! Bonnie, you'll have to watch the replay to get the first part correct. That's what's nice about having this on video, so you can rewatch it. But let me know which part you were confused about. Maybe I can go over it again. So here's how this folds. Okay, so this part right here has a diagonal fold here, and you're folding on that diagonal right there. And then that part has a diagonal, and you're folding on that one too. Isn't that cool? So right now it's kind of like floppy. We're going to make this real neat and tidy. However, it will be thick in your envelope. So if you're mailing this, it will take a little bit of extra postage, but totally worth it because this is super cool. Okay, so let's put this to the side for a second. Boop. And we're going to get out our 3 pieces of cardstock that match the base and our 3 pieces of white that are slightly smaller. And you're just going to stamp a little cute something up in the corner on those. You could write a message. You could actually make one of these a gift card or attach a gift card with a glue dot. I think that they would still fit. And these actually slide in to 3 little pockets here. This is called, well, I didn't write it down. Let's see, what was it called? It was called a Hexagon pocket card. I'll have to look it up again. It was really cool. I usually write it on the back of my paper there, and I didn't this time. So you can have lots of room to write your 3 little notes. You can number them if they go in a particular order, or you can just write encouraging messages or a verse or something on there, or happy birthday on one, and then whatever you'd like, right? And if you have lots to write, you could always add another piece to the back. So the way that these would go in is just slip. The side ones are easy because you get, it just makes sense, right? You slip that one over there. You slip this one on this side. This one's tricky because you're going to go in front of this piece right here, but behind this piece right here. So it's at an angle a little bit like this. So you just kind of slip it in. I guess if you were doing it flat, it would just kind of sit there, right? So again, we're just going to go like this. And it all just fits in there. It's so crazy. All right, let's put that to the side for a second. I'm going to leave it kind of folded. And we're going to take out our other 2 pieces of DSP. And this is our belly band. Actually, we're going to need this. All right, so I'm going to take this and just leave it on the front here. This is the same thickness as this. You could make it thinner if you wanted some of this to show. This is where we're using these other 2 pieces on the front and the back when it wraps around. So if you didn't want to put this piece on, you could just have one just on the front of the belly band. That's why I said that this one was optional. If you wanted to leave that one off, you could put one right on the front and that's it. But I just kind of liked the look of having it kind of be all over the place. Okay, so before we put those on though, we want to just put this on. We're going to line it up with that front panel there, which is the far left side, right? So we're going to line that up, and we're not going to crease anything yet. We're going to turn it over, and my special hint, bone folder. Bone folder, whenever you do a belly band, is the key. So fold it with the bone folder in the way, and then we're going to adhere that. So we're going to put one here. And here. So the way I'm doing that is it's on one side, on this side, and then on the opposite side of this side. That way they are connecting, the furthest and the strongest. All right, so don't attach that without that bone folder in there though. We'll take our backing off here. Put this one down, and you can slip it to the side if you need to. But we do want that to be snug with the bone folder in there. And you don't want to crease the sides because then it will slip. It'll have a really strong hold, but it will slip right off. All right, so without creasing that, I'm just going to glue this piece on the front and this piece on the back. Again, you could use 2 different patterns of DSP for this one if you wanted to. Well, I just did the same on all of them. Isn't this fun? All right, so we've got that one. And then we're covering up our seam here, and the seam will be on the back because you will kind of see it on the top and the bottom of the band, but not too bad. And if you don't have a DSP on the back, it's no big deal, right? Because it's kind of the same color as this. Everything just blends in anyway. This is just kind of dressing up the back. Okay, so there's our belly band. And then we just get to decorate the front. And what did I do with the front piece that I was going to stick on there? It is light blue. There it is. I was just going to put a cute little thanks on there. So I'm just going to add that with dimensionals and add some sparkles. Nice and simple. I don't know where my big, oh, they're there. Here's my bigger dimensionals. All right, I've got 2 more alternates. However, I didn't put one of them together all the way yet, so maybe I'll do that with you guys. Thanks, Vesta. She said, wonderful. All right, so here is the card. We got to add some bling, right? I think I'm going to add some of these little sequins. I love adhesive back sequins. These are so fun. These come in 2 different sizes, in pink and blue and gold. All right, I do need to find my take your pick tool. Where did that go? Here it is. I brought it with me to Card Kits and Coffee at Big B today. All right, every second Wednesday I go to our local Big B and just hang out and have fun. All right, we'll just stick a few blue ones on here. Not sure what color blue this is, but it looks really good with this blue, doesn't it? This pink is a little bit too purpley pink to go with the petal pink, so I'll just stick with the blue there. So there is our card, and of course you have to decorate an envelope with it, right? This is navy, but it looks black because this was navy. But there's our envelope, and look, it does fit in there. You just have to turn it just a little bit. And it is pretty thick, but in the US here, we do have stamps that will accommodate a little bit thicker items if it's not, too heavy. And this isn't too heavy, it's just too thick. So you don't want it to go through the machines. So these special stamps, I think they have butterflies on them. You can buy a whole sheet and it's less than putting 2 stamps on there. So that would be highly recommended. If you're making cards, you should have a sheet or 2 of those around anyway. But there's our card, our fun little, I think it's called a hexagon. I'll put the description, I'll fix the description here afterwards because there is an official name, but I think it's a hexagon pocket card. So there's that one. And I'll show you my alternative that I made. This one's using some retiring items here. Let's see, put that together first. We've got You Are Simply Fabulous, which is the stamp set Simply Fabulous. This is retiring here. It is on, not clearance, but it's on closeout. So Tony, you've done these before. Okay, you liked my bone tip folder or bone folder tip. Yeah, I think that's a great tip because it's really hard to get the right tension on a belly band. And look how easily this slides. You do have to kind of pinch the bottom one when you put it back on, but it's nice and like the perfect snugness to not fall off when you're holding the card too. So this one is You're Simply Fabulous. This is that host paper. And using Mango Melody, another color that's retiring. And I did cute little flowers on all of the little tab things here in all of the fun colors. So that was one alternative. I'm not going to put that back together for now. And then I have another one coming. I have all of the pieces cut. It's using the He's the Man stamp set. And where did I put the pieces? It's using Sahara Sand that is retiring. Oh my goodness. Did I put my catalog on it? Well, you'll be able to see the picture of it on the Facebook page. Oh, I covered it up over here. Okay, here it is. All right, so here's all the pieces for it. So I did the little tags like this because it comes with that cute little corner stamp. This one's being carried over. These are actually also this stamp set will be leaving, and all of the paper here is leaving. Wishing you a happy Father's Day. So this will go on the front of the belly band. So I used 2 different patterns for the belly band. And these are the 4-inch ones. And then I, on the short ones, you cut those at the angle. And then there's 1 4-inch piece for the card base right here. So I thought those would go together well. And you'll be able to see that finished project on my Facebook page tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. So and then there's my little envelope. Look, this says love this guy. The stamp says that, but I thought it'd be funny to just put this guy because that's where you put their name. I just thought that was funny. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you liked all of these projects and that you'll try this out. Please share your version in my Facebook group, Stamp with Delight on Facebook. Tomorrow, I'll be posting that at 2. And then if you haven't ordered or requested your new catalog, you can request that through the link that is in the description there. And if you find anything like that we used today before it goes stock, please go ahead and go to orderwithdeb.com and grab some things before they're gone. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm so excited for spring. Go ahead and take a walk today. Have a good day.